Hey guys, how you going? My name's Sally, but you can call me Salpal, and welcome to the first video on my channel. So I've always been a big fan of Harry Potter, and I've always thought that a Harry Potter based YouTube channel would be such a great way to create content and interact with people all around the globe. I was having a look at some stuff online, and I'm so excited about Harry Potter Wizards Unite, which is like the AR augmented reality Pokemon Go style game that's in production with a combination of Warner Brothers Games and Niantic, as well as this new production company that J.K. Rowling's put together called Portkey Games. I was desperately trying to work out if it was going to come out sooner rather than later, and it seems like later at the moment, but I did stumble upon Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, which is a new mobile game that was actually launched yesterday. So a couple of weeks ago when I saw this, I thought, perfect, I finally got an opportunity to create some cool content and actually do something I want to do on my YouTube channel. I've always wanted to play a bit of Sims, and I think Harry Potter Sims stuff is going to be another thing I'm going to try and do later on my channel, but I'm really excited for the moment and thought I would kick things off by sorting myself into a house. I sorted myself into a house on Pottermore when I was a bit younger, but I do think that at the time I thought I was too cool and edgy, and I actually ended up in the wrong place. I do want to do Pottermore on here at some stage with you guys as well, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to use some BuzzFeed quizzes that I found to sort myself into a house before I get started on Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Alright guys, so I found 4 BuzzFeed quizzes here that I think will be able to get me going, and actually this one here seems to be the actual Pottermore quiz, but with all of the questions moved into BuzzFeed, so I think that'll be absolutely perfect and still means that I can save Pottermore for another day so I can explore that with you guys as well. So let's get cracking. How would you like to be known in history? Good, great, wise, or bold? I definitely think good. I'm certainly not going to be bold. I think great is a bit too glorified for me, and I don't think I want to be known as wise. I want to be known as a good person. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Definitely selfish. Definitely selfish. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you wisdom, love, glory, or power? Alright, from what I said before, it's not going to be glory or wisdom. It's not going to be power either. It's definitely going to be love. After you've died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Ask for more stories of adventures, think with admiration of your achievements, miss you but smile, and I don't care what people think after I'm dead. It's what they think of me when I'm alive that counts. Which I think is a little bit of a cold way to look at things. Definitely admiration of my achievements. I don't want power and glory and all that stuff, but I do want to achieve something. Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of... Ooh, log fire, parchment, sea, home. I do love the seaside, but I also love sitting by the fire. Not that we get much of that in Australia, but when you get the opportunity, it's really nice. I'm going to go with that. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? Ornate golden casket, standing on claw's feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. Small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it reading, "I only open for the worthy." It's a bit ominous. Gleaming jet black box with a mysterious lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. It's pretty cool. And a small tortoiseshell box embellished with gold, inside which some small creatures seem to be squeaking. I don't really want to be exposed to unbearable temptation. I also don't want to be told that I'm not worthy. That seems a bit dark. I'm going with the tortoiseshell number. What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? Probably the trumpet. I do like the trumpet. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which do you choose to drink? Foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that contains ground diamonds. Ooh. Mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fume that makes you see strange visions. Honestly, definitely not something that's going to give me strange visions. Rich purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums. If you know me at all, you know that I love me some chocolate, and I also love plums. This is speaking right to my heart. Golden liquid so bright that it hurts the eye and makes sunspots dance across the room. Definitely the purple one, for sure. I cannot get enough of chocolate. I enter an enchanted garden. Which would you be most curious to examine first? old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye, a bubbling pool with something luminous in its depths, fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, silver leaf tree bearing golden apples. Probably the golden apples. The toadstools do sound cool. That sounds a bit creepy. That just seems like a statue. I'm going to go with the golden apples. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts, about to smash, crash and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures, less than ideal, including a cure for dragonpox, student records, and a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes, believed to have belonged to Merlin. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club, if you could? I think the cure is probably the most important, so it's going to be one of these top two. Student records, mysterious book. Probably the book next and the records last. Records are important and everything, but there's going to be a lot of unremarkable stuff through there as opposed to something like a book from Merlin. Which would I rather be? Trusted, liked, imitated, feared, envied, or praised? Definitely not feared or envied. Imitated seems a bit strange. It's going to be between liked and trusted, I think. Probably liked, which says a lot about me as a person, and you can read into that or as much or as little as you want. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Probably being ignored. I'm really not good at that. Loneliness I'm not very good at either, but if I was to be by myself or in another room but being ignored, in the same room as someone but being ignored, I would hate that. Absolutely could not stand it. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Apparition, disapparition. I live a long way from my parents, so I feel like I could get a lot out of that. Transfiguration, always wanted to be able to do that. Broomstick, flying, cool. Hexes and jinxes is a bit too trying to hurt other people for my liking. Magical creatures. Yeah, I do like animals. Secrets about the castle. Every area that I can. Probably every area that I can. There are some things that I think I'm sort of half a dozen or 1/6 the other on, so I think I'm going to go transfiguration. If you could have any power, what would I choose? Read minds, invisibility, superhuman strength, appearance, past. Probably animals. I think that'd be the most fun. Invisibility sounds a bit strange. That sounds dangerous. Power to change past sounds dangerous. Power to change your appearance at will seems a bit superficial for me. Superhuman strength is a bit unnecessary, and I don't want to know what other people are thinking. That's too freaky. Which of the following would I most like to study? Centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, wolves, or trolls? Merpeople. One of my housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Flitwick is suspicious of what happened, and he draws me to one side after his lesson and asks whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. I absolutely do not condone cheating, but I'm also not very good at dobbing on people. I don't really like doing that. I do want to encourage people to be honest, but I don't lie. I don't really want to lie. I'm not very good at lying to people in positions of authority. I tend to crack very quickly. You ought to ask and warn your classmate. Tell the truth. Do not wait to be asked. So I definitely wouldn't go on my own accord. I think that would be strange. Any points he loses will be regained by you. That seems sort of a bit unnecessary. I think he should ask the classmate, and then it's the classmate who's done the lying, not me. What road tempts me most? Cobbled street with ancient buildings, narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, wide, sunny, grassy lane, or a twisted, strewn path through the woods? I think the cobbled street. I do like a cobbled street. I don't know if it's just because there's not many of those in Australia, but I think they're really quaint and sweet. You and two friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do we attempt to confuse the troll into letting all three of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight, and suggest all three of you should fight without telling the troll, or volunteer? Well, I'm not going to volunteer. I don't love the idea of suggesting to draw lots because that's a bit gambly for me. If I get picked, then if I don't want to volunteer to fight, I don't really want to be picked and forced to fight. I'd be into confusing him without fighting, or all of us fight. Well, look, I'm going to go with the top one because I want to avoid the fighting in the first place. Which nightmare would frighten me the most? Standing on top of something very large and nothing to stop me falling. And I, the keyhole of the dark, windowless room in which you are locked. I am scared of the dark, so that would really mess me up. Waking up to find that neither your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. That would hurt a lot, but you could reteach them. Being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone understands when everyone laughs. I like to be laughed at, I don't mind. Definitely the dark, windowless room. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do I run screaming? Yes, definitely. Draw your wand to try to discover it? No. Proceed with caution? Okay, maybe. Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw to the shadows and await developments. Probably proceed with caution as closest to run screaming, let's be real. A muggle confronts you and says you are sure they are a witch or a wizard. Do you tell them you're worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor? It's a bit mean. Ask what makes them think so. Agree and walk away, and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a jinx. That's a bit threatening. That seems a bit too just saying yes. Although this one is just saying yes as well. But I think if you're really honest, people tend to think that you're messing with them, which I think in this case would work really well. Pick one. Dawn or dusk? Dusk. Moon or stars? Ooh, stars. Forest or river? River. Black and white seems a bit arbitrary. I'm going to go white. Left. And heads or tails? Heads. Hufflepuff. Hufflepuffs value hard work, patience, loyalty, and fair play. The house has produced its great share of great wizards, not least Newt Scamander, author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm pretty thrilled with that, I'm not going to lie. I think that's pretty successful. I don't really picture myself as a Hufflepuff. I think in my head they're a little bit dumb, but I don't really know why I have that idea. And it's probably because I don't want to think of myself as a bit dumb, which is why I don't want to be there. But Newt Scamander, not a dumb guy, he's cool. Cedric Diggory was also in Hufflepuff, which I often forget. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. Let's move that one over there. And what have we got? Which house I truly belong in? Oh, a percentage breakdown. This could be really interesting because that'll mean that I could be like a little bit of one and a little bit of another. And if a different one says something else, then we can put them all together and see what sort of answers they're going for. So I've made it to Hogwarts, and I've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What material is at its core? Now, I know you can do a wand quiz with Pottermore as well, and I probably should do this before I do that, but it's hard to say. I do think my wand would have unicorn hair in it because I'm not into the dragon heartstring. Feathers are a bit floofy for me. I think it would be a unicorn hair. During the end of your exams, you notice one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You tell them copy the class anyway, but they are second. It's pretty similar to that question we saw before. What do I do? Tell the professor immediately. Nothing. Encourage the other student to admit. I think I would encourage them to admit what they've done. What you would be most hurt if a person called you unkind. You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you and you shout, probably Protego. I feel like that's I don't know, something about that I feel like, I think it's just because it starts with protect. I just feel like that's a good self-defense one. So 5th year at Hogwarts and you've just received a howler from your parents. What's it for? No. Like, I probably wouldn't do anything that weren't a howler, which is really boring. I can appreciate that. If I were to do something a little bit more naughty, it wouldn't be any of those things, so I'm going to go with the bottom one. Which of these Dumbledore quotations speaks to you? Pity the living and above all those who live without love. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. It matters not what something is born, but what they grow to be. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. I think this one resonates quite well with me. I can tend to get really stuck in ideals about things and not actually just do things. So I think that is me in a quotation for sure. most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends. I do like having lots of friends. I think the top one. Which of your skills are you most proud of? My ability to absorb new information, my ability to make new friends, my ability to get what I want, or my ability to keep secrets? I think my ability to make friends. I tend to be a really friendly person. I do like making friends, so I think that's probably something I would do reasonably well. My first Quidditch match of the season is approaching, and you can't wait to get involved. Seeker. Not really a glory person. The beater kind of freaks me out. I wouldn't be someone that wanted to just whack stuff at people the whole time, but I would want to be involved, so I think I would be the chaser for sure. And I do like working as part of a team. That team bonding, cohesion thing, I love that so much. You're allowed to bring a pet to Hogwarts, an owl, a cat, or a toad. I'm always disappointed there's not a puppy option. I'm definitely a puppy person. I wouldn't want a cat or a toad. I'm going to go owl. It's Saturday and you've finished your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from the common room. Where do you go? Forbidden Forest, no, thank you. Library, well look, I want to spend the time away and I finished my homework. I'm not going to go to the library. Kitchens, room of requirement. The room of requirement could be quite interesting because it would be a surprise and it'd be totally different, but it would be giving me something that I would definitely want to entertain myself because that's what I would require. So I think I'm going to go with that because the kitchens is a bit risky because your gal Sal will absolutely eat everything. What would you see in the mirror of Erised? Riches, family and friends, knowledge, marvellous adventure. Family and friends. Choose a Deathly Hallow, the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, the Cloak of Invisibility. Definitely the Cloak of Invisibility. The other two have too much of a power grab, messing with nature kind of vibe for me. Which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? Join the ministry to make a difference, travel for a while, settle down and start a family, or work hard to achieve as much success as possible? I'd probably work hard to achieve as much success. I wouldn't want to settle down straight away. I'd want to do something, build a career, but I wouldn't want to, and I probably wouldn't want to travel beforehand. I like to get things going and then step back from them when I have an opportunity to do so, but I don't really want to join the ministry, so I think that's the good spot. And last but not least, we know the Sorting Hat takes into account your preferences. Which house do you feel you identify with most closely? Now this is sort of what I was saying before. I always felt like Hufflepuff people were a bit spacey and dumb. But then I think about it, and that's I think because I always thought that Luna was in Hufflepuff for some reason, which is just so totally wrong. She knows about the diadem of Ravenclaw because she's in Ravenclaw. So I just don't even know. I've just had a moment and completely mixed everything up in my head. I like to think that I identify most closely with Gryffindor, but they're really brave, and I'm not really that kind of person. But I don't know if it's just because I want to be in the same house as Harry, Ron and Hermione, which I think is understandable. I'm gonna go with Gryffindor. Oh, we're done. 33% Hufflepuff, 25% Gryffindor, 24% Ravenclaw, 18% Slytherin. Undeniably a Hufflepuff, but have some strong Gryffindor qualities. See, I told you. You proudly wear your heart on your sleeve, but lack the recklessness of a true Gryffindor, which means that you don't act on your feelings without thinking. Your kindness and openness is what originally attracts other people to you, but they stay for your unwavering loyalty, meaning you're constantly surrounded by a large group of friends. Your slight compatibility with Ravenclaw hits at an appreciation for knowledge and wisdom, although they are not priorities for you. To be honest, that's actually really accurate, and I'm pretty pleased with that. But it does seem like overwhelmingly I am a Hufflepuff, and I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. I assume we're going to get the same results if I ever do the Pottermore one, and I'll be able to use that as well when I give a go at Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. I was going to do those other two quizzes, but I've been going for a while now, and I don't want to bore anyone, and 2 out of 2 say that I'm a Hufflepuff, so I think that's all the message we really need. Alright, I think I'm going to give it a rest here. That's probably enough, and I don't want to bore you, as I said. But thank you so much for watching this far. I've had a really good time, and I'm so excited to share all this fun Harry Potter stuff with someone else, and I cannot wait to do it more. If you've got any feedback, please let me know in the comments. Give it a like if you did actually enjoy it, and please subscribe as well so that I can share stuff with you in the future. I'll hopefully jump into Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery even today if I can, depending on how my internet holds up trying to upload this video, but I'm really excited and looking forward to the future. I absolutely love your work. Thanks for watching. Bye!